Nation, Gabe.
Nick.
You can't keep moving on me, dude. And, man, and we're here for another cricket convos, guys. And we are doing our mid-season thoughts on the IPL, as this is one of the rare days where we've got no IPL action. And of course, we're midway through the season. All teams have played at least 7 games. Only 2 have played 8. All right, we want to talk about the season so far. We want to talk about our picks that are not looking good, our picks that are looking good, our predictions moving forward. And Nick, I'm going to give the floor to you, my man. Where do you want to start? When we're talking about IPL 2021?
So this has been an interesting IPL. I've been enjoying it a lot. We got a lot of comments to say this is one of the most boring ones for those that have been more veteran, but I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I still think last year was a wee bit more exciting, especially with CSK being the seller. That was so much great.
You loved that, didn't you?
I loved it, absolutely. But it's been a fun IPL. I've really, really enjoyed it. Looking at our picks that we made before the season, and I'm speaking for myself, garbage. I made garbage picks. So we're going to go through each of those, say who we chose last time, see if we're changing or we're sticking with the garbage or not. But let's go ahead and just start off right from where we start off another video. Emerging player. I had Dawad Milan. People in the comment section said you can't use him. He doesn't qualify. So I'm obviously going to change that. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to go with this easy, the safe, the very, very super easy one, Sakaraya from the Rajasthan Royals, I believe. I can't remember what team he's on right now. This guy's been a monster. This guy's been absolutely incredible. He has gotten, there we go, 7 wickets. He really came on strong. I think his first match, he got like 3 or something like that. He's so happy. He's so happy to be there. That's who I got. I'm switching.
He said, I'm switching. Now, I had picked Jalawaj Saxena because I figured that they were going to need all-rounders over there with the Kings. I think he got in the side one time, didn't do much. Poor me. It is what it is. I was wrong. What else is new, Nick? What else is new? So for me, I'm going to go with your boy, RCB Patidar, okay? Batsman, he's a third. He bats number 3, okay? And here's the thing. They need him at 3 because you want to push back ABD. You don't want ABD coming in before the death overs, or really, after. You want him around between the 12th and 15th over, right? You don't want him coming in too early. So they need some buffer before they bring in the big show, Glenn Maxwell and ABD. And the first 2 games he failed, Nick. The first 2 games he's failed, but the last 2 games that he played, he's put up 30 runs respectively each game, and he's looking solid. So I'm going to take him moving forward as the emergent player. I think he can earn a spot there, and much like not to say he's going to be Patical, right? But before last season, Patical wasn't anything. He was just a guy, right? And he oh my gosh, he blew up. Not saying he's going to be Patical, but I'm going to take him as my emerging player. I'm going to go with the batsman here, and I like Patidar.
All right, moving right on to 6s. I didn't do too bad. I chose ABD on my most 6s. He's in 13th place, but he's only 6 behind the leader, KO Rahul, who I'm not sure how long he's going to be out with the appendicitis. So I would love to stick with ABD. The problem is he comes in at 5 or 6, right? So right. He gets those death 6s, which is great. But just to be annoying, just to be myself, I don't know if it's going to be a complete switch, but I'm more on the Bairstow camp right now. Bairstow's number 2. He's technically leading because KL Rahul is out of there. He's got 15. He's 1 behind. And I love myself some ABD. I hope that he wins it. And I was wrong, even though I changed my pick. I'm changing to Bairstow because this guy loves himself to 6. He loves to score. And he's had a very nice season so far for a really bad team.
I picked the Universe Boss, and I think I'm going to stick with the Universe Boss. Although he's down there in the standings right now, I think that the injury to KL Rahul is going to push him up to 2. I don't know why they didn't bat him at 2 already. Figure it out, Punjab Kings. You know what I mean? Well, we can't bat him at 2 because we got the best opening partnership with KL Rahul and Agarwal. Okay, what's the excuse now? They threw in some. I don't even know who they threw in that second. I've never seen this guy play. It's just
I love him. I love him at 3. I really do. I think keep him at 3. You want him at more because he always pick him for your vice captain, and you're not really
always.
He still gets in there, but he's been losing his wicket recently. let's jump right into the orange cap. This is my favorite award because I love the run scoring. And I chose a guy that I might be changing my mind on. I chose a Sean Kishan, right? Sean Kishan. Let's see how wrong I was on this.
He got dropped.
Hey, it's he'll bounce back. I can't even find his name. He's so far down there. But I chose a Sean Kishan, right? It wasn't really the best pick. I'm gonna have to find him later because I don't even see him anywhere. There he goes. Number 43 with 73 runs. I was off by quite a bit. Shikhar Darwin is leading right now. But I'm going to go with your boy, Faf. I'm going to have Faf replace Sean Kishan. He's in third place right now, but he's got one less match than Dewan has. And I know Dewan. Listen, Gabe, I'm telling you right now, I'm keeping Dewan on this side every time in Fantasy 11, all right? Dream 11. Either I'm going to be wrong with my pick on this one and I'm going to benefit from him on my side, or he's going to start going down because Nick's going to always choose him. So Faf is going to take that orange cap.
Oh, I hate you. My pick was Shubman Gill. I was wrong. He is 28, Nick, at 132.
Hey, you're beating me.
Oh man, we were both bad. At least Shubman Gill hasn't got dropped yet, right? Your boy Sean Kitchen got dropped. So he's gonna have a tough time. It'd be easy for it'd be easy for me to go chalk. And you know what? I'm gonna go chalk, okay? I'm gonna go chalk. But Nick, you love my research. Oh why I'm going chalk? Because Shikhar Darwin in 2020 finished second runner up. To who? KL Rahul. KL Rahul's out. Okay, gone. So I'm going with Shikhar Darwin. 2019, he finished fourth. 2018, it was an arbitrage. He finished 10. What was he, sick? Did he have some bad shellfish? 2017 third, 2016 fourth. You get the point. The guy's always in the top four. I'm going with Shikhar Darwin. Thank you, Holland. Amsterdam loves you. Good night.
Okay, this guy's feeling great about himself. He went with the safest pick ever. All right. So safest pick ever. So for purple cap, I thought I did worse than I did, but I chose Trent Bolt. I didn't realize, honestly, I'm a Mumbai fan. I had no idea he had 8 wickets. That shocks me. You went with Rabada. He also has 8 wickets, so we're not doing too bad there. But I'm going to take Bolt out of there because I'm just not seeing what I want to see, and I'm going to go with the hometown boy. I think he's going to be able to hold off. I think this is his kind of season, even though he gives up runs like there's nobody's business. I'm going to go with Harshal Patel. I'm going with the safe pick. I'm going with the easy pick. Hey, I'm a teacher after all. Come on. But I think Harshal Patel, he's got a few more multiple wicket games inside of him. I think he's going to stave off the other guys. Avesh Khan is really coming for him. I got Patel. Watch Bolt win the whole thing. That would be hilarious.
I'm going to disagree with you because there's reports coming out that we're going to Mumbai, which is a faster track, which means
I don't care. He gets up runs anyways. He gets those wickets.
He said it doesn't matter what he's at. He's going to give him runs. All right. You know what? And this year in the IPL, that's a smart move. You know why? Because this year in the IPL, 62% of wickets have fell, Nick. 62% in the death. And your guy's a death bowler, which is why I'm going with Avesh Khan. That's right. I'm going with Avesh Khan. Get me those wickets in the death. He's got 14 wickets. Yes, I get he's got one more game, 8. But it don't matter. I still think DC's the best side. And for the most part, especially when other teams are chasing or whatever, they're going to get desperate. And, DC's going to be able to capitalize. There's such a deep team. I'm going to go with Avesh Khan. Nicholas, where are we going to next, my friend?
Nicholas. We don't have this award on here, but I just want to say, is it any surprise that Rashid Khan is leading an economy rate for anyone that has at least 6 or more innings? It's no surprise at all. Let's go right to MVP. Okay, so for MVP, I chose Owen Morgan. Oh, man, what was I thinking? Oh, man, the diaper smells really bad. That's a diaper
controversy. Controversy.
That's such a bad pick. It's not even funny. Now, the IPL site, Gabe showed me this. They have some pretty cool stuff for mid-season. It's pretty awesome. They have all the different leaders about this or that. They have the Upstock's most valuable player as Shakar Darwin. Okay.
Right.
Shakar Darwin. They have him as their MVP. But I can't go that easy, right?
Right.
I think an all-rounder is going to take it. I think an all-rounder from the Rajasthan Royals is going to take it.
Wow.
And I'm talking about the expensive man that my RCB should have retained, Chris Morris. He's going to be your MVP this year because this guy is lighting it up. He's getting better and better with each match. He's incredible.
You know what? That's a really good pick, Nick. That's a really good pick. I went with Rashid Pant, right? I went with Rashid Pant thinking, hey, Rashid Pant, new captain. He's going to be batting himself higher up in the order. I still think I contend he's made some mistakes this year, but he's coming along as a captain, okay? But for me, MVP, okay, I'm going with the shocker here.
The universe boss.
Not going with the universe boss. Not going with the universe boss. He's like, the universe boss. All right. For me, he's cracking me up. He's got good. For me, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm going with your favorite runner of all time. The slowest player in the IPL. All right? Slowest player in the IPL. The guy I could beat in a foot race, Moeen Ali. Why? Because he's done exactly what CSK needs him to do. It was a great purchase, and I believe he's one of the two players that has turned this team around. He's been used masterfully. If you look at the standings, he's actually 3 behind. You know who's number 2 right now, Nick, in the MVP? Your boy Robbie Jadeja. Holla at your boy. 2 CSK cats up there. You know what I mean? In the top 10, 4. All right, 4. That shows you why this team is so good. And I'm telling you, Moeen Ali. He doesn't. Here's why he's so good, Nick. Because it's not like he has to come in and like a Kohli or another guy be there for the whole game or be there for 10 overs. They say, Moeen Ali, go out there for 3 or 4 overs, give us 30 runs at a 200, between a 175, 200 strike rates. Oh, yeah, and get us a couple wickets. And he says, no problem, sir. Moeen Ali, we figured it out. All right. Dhoni must have called Nick and said, how do I coach this guy? And Nick was like, look, he's a hot pocket kind of player, okay? You don't want him out there too long, all right? So just make sure he's not out there for half hour, all right? Let his hot pocket cool or whatnot. Give him 15 minutes. After that, he's winded. But in 15 minutes, the kid's going to put in work. He does not waste time. I'm loving Moeen Ali. In 6 matches, he's got he's got himself 5 wickets in 6 matches, Knicks. Moeen Ali does. He's got himself 22 fours, 12 sixes, 2 catches. Moeen Ali, my hat's off to you, my friend. That's my MVP pick.
That's a great pick. Honestly, I had forgotten. I had 2 guys in my mind before we recorded this video. I had Moeen Ali and I had Jadeja. No joke. And I was like, oh, they're going to kill me because they're both CSK guys. Who am I going to choose? I want to choose Moeen Ali so much. I really did. But Jadeja does it on the field too. He bats, he bowls, he fields. He's incredible. I forgot about those 2 picks. And I saw Chris Morris and he was just so tantalizing there. Great choice. Absolutely great choice. Moeen Ali has been a revelation.
Hey,
and
just so you know,
maybe RCB should have retained him too.
Your boy Chris Morris is number 4. He's right there behind him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
With 140 points, he's right there.
He does everything. Absolutely great pick. So, our final 4. This is what you guys come for. Now, actually, before we get there, let's look at some other things that the IPL site has just real quick. Maybe a few thoughts about this or that as it finally updates. We'll get to the points table in a second when we do our final 4. So we have the highest score right now, 124. I just wanted to say because I wanted to brag. But Fair Play Award, I think I actually did, very lackadaisical choose Kings. They're leading that right now. I don't think we have too many thoughts on that. But they have the best strike rate is your man Ryudu. That's pretty impressive. What are your thoughts about that, my man Ryudu?
Ryudu puts in work, and that's what's so impressive. The other day, he almost had the quickest 50 in the IPL. He put in, I think he got 72 on 35 balls. I mean, they're so stacked up and down the lineup. They've got 5 different man of the matches, Nick, and standout performances. But yes, Ryudu, fabulous.
We also have the biggest wins right here, okay? RCB's been part of both of them. They got smacked by CSK. CSK has really bounced back, really played to their potential. They got smacked. And then they also beat Rajasthan Royals by 10 wickets. So they're part of the two biggest wins. But everything else on there, we basically covered. They have Tahir as the best economy, but he has like one innings, I think.
Right.
He had a great innings, but I mean, that guy can never see the side for crying out. Like that. I gave you 4 as an economy. I can't get back in there. But all right. So let's get to our final 4. Okay.
Before our final 4, I want to talk about if there's one performance you have to stand out, and I pretty much I think especially because you hit it on the head, but I don't want to influence you. But what was the one performance out of the entire IPL that stands out to you?
It's tough between 2 guys or 3 guys. 3 guys. Okay, third I'm going to put in third place Jadeja. He had that match where he batted 62. He got like 3 wickets and he got like 2 or 3 catches.
It was amazing.
I don't think we've ever seen that in our limited time with the IPL. Absolutely amazing, right? All around performance in one match.
Right.
Number 2 and number 1 are very, very close. I'm going to have to put Josh Butler at number 2, even though that was a golden pick for a captain, 124, highest score. I'm going to look it up at the very end and let the people know how long it's been since someone had that kind of high score in the IPL. 124 in a T20 match. That's incredible. But I got to put Kyron Pillar just because of the stakes, playing against CSK, down by 1 million runs. This guy at 87, he had himself 2 wickets. He had that huge chase. He was the main part of that chase. That for me, because it was such an epic chase, that for me was the biggest performance so far.
You would go with like basically all offense, man. You're the worst. Okay.
I mentioned wickets.
Yeah. In passing, that's number 3. You know, for me, all right, impressive performance, honestly, to me, number 3 is just like you said, that CSK performance by Jadeja, which he did it with all 3 facets of the game, okay? He had some unbelievable catches, man. Don't forget, he was part of 5 wickets, Nick, because he also had 2 runouts in there because he plays basically a shortstop, like a shortstop does in baseball. The guy's a vacuum cleaner. His new name is Hoover, all right? Sir Jadeja Hoover, because nothing gets by him. He sucks up all those balls in the infield. My gosh, this guy's amazing. Number 2 performance, all right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Josh Butler, my God, 124. That was amazing. The guy absolutely raked. And at the time he did it, when this team was reeling, that one game took them from being 7th. They could have gotten to 8th, but they went all the way to 5th. Josh Butler, great performance. Good on you, kid. But for me, the one performance that really stood out for me this year, bro, Harpreet Brad. It doesn't get better than getting Virat Kohli, okay? Getting Glenn Maxwell and almost getting a hat trick. He got those 2, almost getting a hat trick, but 2 balls later, getting ABD. Has there ever been a better spell? Ever? I was like, what am I looking at? Crown him now. Oh my gosh. And then he, you know what he does as an encore? Just gets Prithvi Shaw the next day. No big deal. Prithvi Shaw, who had been super hot the game before. Bro, this guy's he's an absolute savage. Oh, his balls are so great, so deceptive. He gets a lot of drift on him, all right, because he's a spinner. I love Harpreet Brad. If you did not see that spell, just go to IPL website, go through their archive, watch that spell, and you'll be impressed. So, Nick, now let's get to what you wanted to cover, my friend.
We keep beating around the bush. I just got to say, because as you're speaking, I'm listening. I'm going through the highest scores this season. Josh Butler isn't anywhere close to the highest of all time in the IPL. Highest this year. So let me get to, first of all, last year, K. Rowell 132. Very impressive. Brendan McCullum in the first season of the IPL, 158. 158 in one match, okay? For that 158, let's see. We had a 204 strike rate. He had 13 fours and 15 sixes.
That's disrespectful. Who was bowling? Who was bowling? I'm just curious.
I'm sorry. Those boundary totals were for the whole season. My bad. Not just that performance. But that's not the top performance of all time in the IPL. I think we reacted to this, which I forgot about. The universe boss. 175.
Well, yeah, I was like,
175. He almost had a double century in the IPL. That is just phenomenal. So, anyways, I mean, this guy's insane. That season, he had like 57 sixes 51 sixes. Anyways, all right. Final 4. Originally, I had Mumbai, RCB, SRH, Sorry. And KKR. And I had KKR win the whole thing.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Woo!
And I'm wearing
Go
SRH colors.
Take a bath with the blue soap.
Seriously. I might surprise some people here, but I'm taking 2 of those teams out right now. Okay. I'm taking. Are you shocked by that? I'm taking 2 of those teams out. They're only 7th and 8th place by KKR, by SRH. Horrible choice. But if KKR makes an amazing comeback and they win the championship, I'm still going to claim it. So I have Mumbai and RCB still in there. I'm going very, very boring. I don't see anything different from our top 4 right now. CSK, DC. That's my top 4. I don't see, if there's any team that might be able to, Rajasthan might be able to sneak in there. Punjab is just not consistent enough for me. But I think those 4 guys, they're going to be there at the end. Come on.
Well, last year I picked DC, Mumbai. I thought it was going to be a rematch of both DC and Mumbai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier this season, I should say. Right. So Mumbai, DC, your boy RCB. I was right about that, right? RCB got up in there, and
I think I was right about that.
He got up in there, and my 4th team was KKR. All right, I was wrong about KKR, but I was right about the 3 others, so I feel kind of good. Nick has to bounce out 2 of his top 4. I only got to bounce out 1. Bye, KKR. Bye. You're killing me. And KKR fans, don't fret. That's still my mistress. I go see her on the weekends, and when the wife's away when the wife's away, right? When the wife's out of town, you know what I mean? But that's a side piece. I'm going back to the wife. CSK is in there. They're amazing right now, and I still contend DC's probably going to win this year because I just think they have too much as far as the bowling is concerned. And here's the problem. Mumbai may creep up there quick, Nick, because they just announced that because of the bubble concern, because of all the games getting canceled, there's a strong possibility they're going to play all the games in Mumbai. Talk about a home field advantage. Mumbai was mad because they didn't get any home games, right? And now the rest of their games are home games. Are you kidding me?
But now, do you know why they would make that choice? Because even as a Mumbai fan, I got to admit, that's a little fishy, right? Why did they choose Mumbai as the one spot?
Because it's one of the places that because they have so many rooms there, it's one of the bigger cities. They can accommodate all the teams there, and they can play basically on this pitch. It's a tighter bubble.
Bonnie.
And Delhi, unfortunately, man, they're being ravaged, absolutely ravaged by COVID. The numbers are incredibly high there. So I think it's there. I'm hearing there or the UAE. And then to move the whole thing to the UAE, I think that's just going to be, it's going to be a lot harder. So more than likely it's going to be Mumbai. So for me, that I think that's why I still have to put them in there. And I think that's what people mention, that this year's boring as far as the IPL is concerned, because there's not really a mystery about who's going to be there at the end. But I'll be honest, I didn't even have CSK being in there. And they're up there now. I didn't expect that. All right. A lot of people didn't expect CSK to be up there. A lot of people didn't expect RCB to get there. They're chokers. They paid so much for Glenn Maxwell. They were number 1 for a long time, and they're number 3, and that's because they got 1 less game than DC. So those are my picks, Nick.
All right, time for a winner. I chose KKR. I'm replacing that choice, obviously, to win. You chose Mumbai to win it, so you're still looking pretty good. Oh man, I mean, it hurts me to do this, right? It hurts me to have to choose CSK to win it all, but they look like on paper as the most complete team. Okay, they look like on paper they have the bowlers, they have the batsmen, they have the fielders. But I mentioned they look like. I'm going with RCB, baby. RCB's going to win it all. Yes, wow. I'm going on that RCB. It makes no sense. But guess what? In the world where the alien's still in RCB, things still make sense. I'm going with RCB as the winner.
You baited me.
One time champs.
I'm going to go with CSK, the team that's got the pedigree. All right. DC, for whatever reason, I'm not sure what's going on, even though I still contend they're the best and most deepest team. I think Norkia did something we don't know about. I don't know. Is he dating the boss's daughter? They banned him. They banned him. Bro, he's in the timeout corner. Norkia comes up like he's in practice, right? Get back in your corner. He touches the ball, right? They take it out of his hands or whatever. Don't touch the ball.
Knock it out.
they knock it out of his hands or whatever. What did Nokia do? The guy is bad. He can't see. Bro, he's sitting right there. I saw Nokia. There was a Nokia sighting the other day. He was bringing people drinks or whatever. He was rubbing somebody's shoulders. It's bad.
like fake facial hair and a wig and whatnot.
And I don't think that they can win without Nokia, bro. So for me, I'm going with CSK, all jokes aside, because they've had 5 different man of the matches, okay? They beat some of the big boys, and even to lose against Mumbai, it took, as they said, the greatest finish in IPL. Everyone's saying it. That might have been one of the greatest finishes of all time. Think about how big the IPL is and how many games there's been. And everybody's like saying that's one of the greatest chases ever. And Blitz actually saw it. The Blitz saw it. I'm on the field losing my mind like, Rabada, and I'm Rabada, Ngidi, no!
62.
Why? Bro, I was praying they throw anybody out there. Anyone. Dhoni, pick anyone. Anyone to ball. Anyone at all. The minute Ngidi! Everybody on the field's looking at me. It was bad. It was bad.
So CSK has a chance of getting their 4th title. RCB has a chance of getting their first. Mumbai still has a chance of getting their 6th. Can you imagine how annoying I would be? I'm still a Mumbai fan, but I would love to see RCB get their first. Question is, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts on whether or not we're going to be able to finish this season? If we do, where are we going to play it? Wherever it is, what are your thoughts on these Indian awards? I know some of you guys are going to go with the obvious purple cap winner for Khalil Ahmed. I didn't go with this time. I'm going to stick with Harshal Patel. But with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for always tuning in. And until next time.
That's 6 runs.